Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So back in September of last year, I posted a video letting you know about the secure boot certificates that are expiring this year in 2026, which according to Microsoft, the expiring certificates affect any device still relying on the original 2011 set. I'll leave that video linked because it's got quite a lot of useful information in it, and it ties into what we're going to talk about today. So check that out if you want to play catch up. Now, just to let you know that I have a little bit more information that's now come to light. And in this dedicated blog post, Microsoft has once again confirmed that the original secure boot certificates first introduced back in 2011 will begin expiring in June 2026. And this is something we've been covering in recent Windows updates for Windows 10 and Windows 11, where Microsoft has already started rolling out updates for secure boot certificates to some degree or the other. And by the way, I'll leave this post linked in the description because it's got a lot of information if you'd like to just find out a little bit more in-depth info. Now, when the cutoff date arrives, Microsoft says devices that haven't transitioned to newer certificates won't suddenly fail. Windows, though, will still boot and apps will still run, but security won't be the same, according to Microsoft. Now, Microsoft also says that affected systems will move into a reduced protection mode, quote unquote. That basically means that future boot level defenses may no longer apply. That could leave devices increasingly exposed as new threats emerge and come to the fore. Now, for those unaware, secure boot operates at the firmware layer level, and it is designed to stop malicious code from loading before the operating system has a chance to respond and load up itself to actually deal with the issue. And over time, however, these credentials can age. And because of this aging, Microsoft says keeping outdated certificates in place would eventually weaken this overall secure boot security, for want of a better word. Now, as I have been posting even today, to avoid this, Microsoft has started rolling out updated certificates with recent Windows updates for Windows 10 and also Windows 11. And they are being rolled out through the standard monthly Windows updates on supported versions of the operating system. And that's important. So if you're running an unsupported version, you're not going to get a secure boot update because you're not receiving Windows updates. So for most users, the transition will happen automatically and require no interaction. You just must make sure that your device is fully patched and up to date before June 2026. Now, this is obviously where a bit of concern comes in with unsupported versions of Windows 10. But it's worth noting that systems running unsupported Windows versions, as an example, Windows 10, those PCs, those Windows 10 PCs that haven't joined the Extended Security Updates program, obviously won't receive these secure boot updates. And if this is the case, your PC will continue to function, but it'll be locked out of future secure boot protections. Now, this isn't all doom and gloom, because the good news is if you are on an unsupported version of Windows 10, as an example, and not on the ESU program, for those older systems that are no longer supported, you shouldn't immediately see any changes in how your PC works and performs. Because it's just like the end of Windows 10. Things should continue to function as you'd expect over the following months. But obviously, over time and the coming years, if you are running unsupported, obviously, your device could be open to more threat with those outdated secure boot certificates. So just keep that in mind. Now, from the post, Microsoft does note, remember it'll be in the description, that this could also lead to compatibility problems down the line, and new firmware, hardware, or security-dependent software may refuse to load on systems stuck with expired credentials. Now, Microsoft has already been coordinating this secure boot certificate updates with OEMs, so that would be PC manufacturers like Dell, HP, Lenovo, and so on. And those newer devices from its OEMs already ship with updated certificates, which will cover most systems released since 2024. So that's also quite important. Now, Microsoft also notes that older PCs may need a separate firmware update from the manufacturer before Windows can apply the new certificates. Obviously, if you are running an older version of Windows or an unsupported version of Windows, that will apply as time progresses. And the longer we get away from June of 2026. And over and above that, Microsoft has also said that in the coming months, Windows will also surface certificate status inside the Windows Security app, which would give you a clearer visibility of what's going on. And obviously, when I get knowledge of that, I'll post and let you guys know. So you can maybe have that as part of your security at a glance, as an example. So that's the latest, guys. Just keeping you guys in the loop. For most of you running Windows on supported versions of Windows, you've got nothing to worry about. This should all take place through the Windows update process, as Microsoft has already been doing, as I have posted in previous videos. But as I get the news, obviously, I'll keep you guys in the loop. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.